Hi guys, so let's start today's video with an ironic question. How much self-help content do you think you have consumed? Like, just how many? If you are to guess how many videos you have watched on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, just whatever platform you prefer, what's your number going to be? Let's just dive right into the video. To be honest, it's hard to reflect on such a question without feeling an underlying sense of sorrow for yourself, because as you're trying to better your life, as you're trying to make yourself better, you've been unknowingly giving your life away. No matter how much content you have consumed, it's almost as if there's nowhere to put anything anymore, because you are running out of internal space to really process or absorb anything. The part of us that discerns, retains, and applies what we've learned has been hijacked by an endless thirst for entertainment and an ability to be sustainably moved by anything. However, there is an imagined community of people that are disenchanted by self-improvement, and you know if you are one of them. For me, I feel the best way you can describe this feeling is resentfulness mixed with an ugly, satisfying sense of discouragement, because it's like when you finally see something for what it really is, and then you stop falling for the image anymore. It is initially disappointing. At least you are not being fooled. But just in case you are not sure, here are 3 things that you might have been able to relate with or to in the past. So guys, for you to know what this 3 is, then you definitely want to keep watching. One is you immerse yourself in self-improvement, because there's a time in your life where you felt powerless to change your situation. For instance, when you were a teenager, you were unable to change your environment and also to make money. Self-help gave you the ammunition to redefine yourself and temporary motivation to actually think that's all it takes, or that's all it will take. Number 2, you are a chronic virtue signaler, and you find it difficult to associate with average people. Now that you have listened to the podcast, you have read a few books and built the persona of a destructive individual who breaks the circle of trauma running through your family for generations, regular life is understimulating. Number 3, in the effort to be the best version of yourself, you are addicted to content, the latest and greatest way to eat, to sleep, and if possible, to breathe. The irony is you've never even stuck with any of the methods long enough to know if they actually, or if they even really work well for you. Now, this part of the video is what I'm not even sure of, if it is our fault or theirs. I'm however sure of one thing: self-development is an industry of solutions that is selling the inside of the happiest, richest, and healthiest. So it is fascinating that an industry of solution is actually intensifying the very problems it is promising to solve for its people. People are living with more shit than they actually came in with. Solutions are absolutely great, but without constructive vetting, then to be honest, they are just noise. The reality is that we are at the infancy stage of understanding the consequences of how much access we have to informations. And on top of that, you have dopamine overload, endless scrolling, audience retentions. There's always content intended to win off its inputs and availability, and then there's content that is deliberately keeping people dependent. And I'm not even here to point hands at any creator or any persons, but then just as the algorithm has gotten smarter to curating echo chamber for us, we have to be smart to identify if we are in any of these echo chambers, and also how to get out of it. This is actually not something we need to consider or take lightly. This is essential if we're looking to become more centered people. The question is, where do we start from? We know that we are facing an epidemic of aimlessness, that we are overstimulated and under-inspired. And how in the world of more we often find ourselves with less. Once again, I want to say thank you so much for watching.